What started as just a very simple pro-revenge post on Reddit, just like my normal videos, has snowballed into a massive murder investigation. Strap in, guys. This is a long one. You're going to enjoy it, I think. What's been billed as an attempted car theft gone wrong in South St. Louis has rapidly spiraled into a viral story of crime and intrigue this week. One centered around drugs, stolen vehicles, looted storage lockers, and the mysterious circumstances surrounding the death of a 62-year-old man. In his final days, Bobby Phillips was being helped by the same non-profit where Elizabeth Cook rented an Airbnb. Around Christmas, Cook was still in the Airbnb when Bobby Phillips and another man, Jazz knew only as JR, showed up to Eco Village. Like a lot of unhoused people in the area, Bobby and JR made use of the non-profit's food share and shower, not realizing what all of this would later fall into. The Airbnb was upstairs in the house, and Eco Village allowed people in need to use the first floor. Jazz isn't exactly sure of how Cook and Phillips connected to each other, but Phillips was known to hang out on the first floor. On January the 1st, Jazz says she saw flashing lights outside the house on Kensington and went to see what had happened. In the Airbnb, Phillips was dead on his back in the middle of the room. Jazz says that Cook claimed Phillips had knocked on her door and then fell dead upon entering the room, but Cook's behavior struck Jazz as strange. She didn't really seem all that concerned for Phillips, like not worried at all. According to Jazz, the woman now known to followers of the Facebook saga as Gypsy Jen, was also on the premises, hiding in a bedroom as the police asked questions. Yeah, seems a bit legit, doesn't it? As the police and EMS began to leave, Jazz asked them why they weren't taking Phillips's body with them. They blamed COVID protocols, according to Jazz. Well, regardless of COVID, she said, this is suspicious. At that point, Jazz says, Elizabeth popped up and said, I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it because I'm his power of attorney. Given that Cook and Phillips had met just days before, Jazz says she was suspicious when she heard Phillips had supposedly signed over power of attorney to a new acquaintance. She looked at Cook, then to the police. This doesn't seem weird to you all? She asked. Apparently it didn't. The authorities left Phillips' body in the Airbnb, leaving it to Jazz to make arrangements for the body to be taken away by a funeral home. Sorry, what is that for protocol? That is horribly weird. I don't really know what's going on here. It's very confusing. Elizabeth Cook is strange. The police are strange. They've left the body there at a murder scene? That's very strange. So eventually Jazz said that they went and got the body, the police, finally, from the funeral home and then brought it to the morgue. But again, Cook had had all that time with the body to do whatever she wanted in that time, no? As Jazz continued to try to evict Cook, she says she told the St. Louis Sheriff's Department, I'm pretty sure they killed this dude at the house. Still, nothing happened. In a bizarre video that we're gonna watch, that Cook shot on January the 1st, she can be heard discussing a 62-year-old man named Bobby Phillips, whom she claims she had only met a few days prior, after he spent 43 years in prison for a murder he committed when he was 17. Now, this newspaper searched public court records, finding arrests for burglaries and traffic crimes in Phillips' past, but no evidence that he ever faced murder charges. Meanwhile, uploaded from her phone to the cloud just the day before were photos of Phillips' social security card, birth certificate, and ID, as well as documents signing over his power of attorney to Cook and naming her as the sole beneficiary in his will. Here we go. Here we have like the pictures, right? There he is. That's his ID that she for some reason has a picture of on her phone. Why would you have that on your phone? And here we go. Joe's just showing random videos and stuff that he's saved from her phone. This is crazy. And look, right, so here is the video, guys. Elizabeth Cook on the day of Bobby Phillips' death, part 3. So I guess, well, that is her. And she's filming herself. Right, here we go.
Hi.
Hello.
My name is Elizabeth Cook. A week ago, I met a man who pulled my heartstrings very much so. After meeting him, I left the person I was with. Last week, I met Bobby Phillips.
All right.
Bobby Phillips had spent 43 years in prison for a murder that he committed when he was 17.
Okay, so the article has said that that isn't true. Okay, so first of all, almost definitely a lie right there.
He spent his entire adult life behind bars, going from one prison to the next and on. He studied law for 30 years of the 43 that he was in prison. He was so good at it that he won 80 cases for a law firm outside of Chicago.
Again, none of this is factually correct if I'm believing what we just read in that article. A photo of a form, purportedly from Hoffen Funeral Home in Granite City, which Joe uploaded to Cook's Facebook, indicates that Bobby Phillips died on January the 1st, 2021, 2 days after naming Cook in his will and giving her power of attorney, and the very same day the video was shot. I think what is going on here, I think she has murdered this man, right? Now, I'm not sure about that, so allegedly she has murdered this man, and what's happened now is that she's trying to pretty much steal all his money. As the article said, she is the sole beneficiary on his will. She's done that. So I think, you know, the only logical explanation is that she, at this moment with this video, is trying to convince any possible judge how they met, that she loved him maybe, and that she didn't murder him and try and steal his money.